Let love be your champion. January 20th, 2014. Beautiful children, we have much to discuss after witnessing many unsettling situations unravel over the past little while between so many of your fellow brothers and sisters. Before we begin our conversation, I would like to begin with tea. There is always a good time to have tea, and during a time with tea is a good time for a conversation. So much can be discussed and understood. Envision, my dearest children, you are in a beautiful field of fragrant summer flowers, and under a giant oak tree is a table laden with all your favorite teas made of the freshest of herbs, jars of honey freshly harvested, and cups as delicate as a butterfly's wing but strong enough to hold your cup of tea. They are brightly and lively colored. Each cup is a different color of the rainbow, and the one you choose is the one that is meant for you. Now it is time, my beautiful children, to create the tea that you want the most and sit under the tree with me. There are cushions for you to use if you prefer. You will know it is me for the pure white light that illuminates around me and from me. As you settle down with your warm cup of tea, we will begin what I have come through this vessel to discuss with all of you about. What I have witnessed for a long time is a wonderful uprise of love, but it is still a love that is not completely unconditional. What I have been witnessing, my beautiful children, is that many that are sharing love are only sharing to love certain people, people that don't upset their emotional insecurities, people that don't ruffle their feathers, and people that are equally emotionally insecure. Did my son and his willingness to give up his life for you not show you every person is deserving of love? Every time you allow your destructive emotions to rule your rational thought, where you make sudden choices against another that are harmful and possibly upsetting, you are moving yourself further from me, and here I wait for you to come home to your own true loving heart, where I can embrace you as you have come to the realization and acceptance that every person on this earth deserves to be loved for all that they are. My son, the beloved Jesus Christ never loved one person more than another. It is love, my beautiful children, that will dissolve your destructive emotions and of your harmful outburst of emotional and mental actions and words if you allow it to truly enter your heart. It is important, my beautiful children, for if you are seeking to give yourself a life filled with meaning, it is essential to gain control of your emotions and realize they are the very reason your spiritual path may be hindered. I encourage you because I love you, my beautiful children, and wish for each of you to live a life filled with love, peace, a life that is filled with meaning and purpose. Every time you allow yourself to be overrun by anger, rage, fear, envy, worry, or even jealousy, you are bringing harm to the temple that is also known as your physical body. The more you allow your emotions to control you, the farther away you are from becoming more of the true and loving self that is able to love and give compassion to all people unconditionally. By choosing actions and words that are based on negative thoughts and feelings towards another, no, you are not coming from your higher self, you are coming from a place of fear, and there is much inner work that is crying for your attention. Your destructive emotions, my beautiful children, will end up destroying your precious energy, and will become a distraction from the divine purpose you are here to fulfill. As you are enjoying your sips of warm tea made the way you prefer, think about the actions you have done towards another dear brother or sister. Were they kind? Were they filled with love? Did the person get a chance to explain, or did you take that away from them as you moved within a sudden flash of rage and upset? We know you must deal with a diverse amount of people each day, and part of your day, my beautiful children, is learning to tolerate and give patience to those different from you. If you have not yet learned this, then this is where your focus rests. Understand your emotions, even the destructive ones, are not your enemy, as they are a part of you and they describe you when you learn to identify them. Your emotions will move you through your journey, and it is your destructive emotions, my beautiful children, that take over your rational thought and urge you to respond in anger, hostility, and unkindness. But did you know, my lovely children, that during that moment you are feeling upset, you have the choice to respond with kindness, patience, and acceptance? Oh yes, choices once again. There is always a choice to be made, and during any moment you are confronted with a situation that requires action from you. Whenever you allow yourself to indulge in your destructive emotions, understand, my beautiful children, you are demonstrating not your love, not your kindness and definitely not your acceptance, but what you are showing clear as crystal is your self-centered nature. I know there are many sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters that choose to ignore their destructive emotions. No, my lovely children, that doesn't make them any less harmful. What many of my children often forget is that with every thought, every word and every action they make, I am there. I witness, hear and see all. Wherever you are, I am there as well. Even if some of my beautiful children don't recognize my presence, I am still there. Every action, word, and thought, my lovely children, is heard by more than just you. Does that not inspire you to be better than you were yesterday, to be less competitive against your fellow brother or sister, and to be more accepting and loving for who they are as they are? Remember, each of you is made in an image of me, your Heavenly Father. And within each dear brother and sister you meet, regardless if this meeting is in person or in your fancy computers, it is up to you, beautiful children, to always choose to embrace each brother and each sister with equal love and compassion, or to make the self-centered choice to only love those that are easiest and predictable. The ones you condemn and have judgment for, have you ever taken the time to get to know them? Or did you already create an image on your own, based on your own biases and opinions? Before you give judgment on another brother or sister, it is always best to know who they are, why they are the way they are, and then make a decision based on knowledge and facts and not on your ego-filled emotions. There is not a child among you that I love less or more, as I love each of you equally and unconditionally. It is this way I encourage each of you to be. How is your tea, my beautiful children? Do not fret about the herbs for your cup running out. There will always be enough, and if you require a sweetener other than honey, ask it and it is there for your tea drinking pleasure. Now, as we continue with our discussion, try and bring yourself into a peaceful place, a place that is open to receive love and light as my energy moves above you, below you, beside you, all around you and through you, healing the effects caused by destructive emotions. It is important, dear ones, as you learn to identify your negative and harmful emotions that have caused you to react and respond in a not so lovingly manner, that you become able to let them go and not hold on to them. As you let go, allow the nurturing effects of their leaving envelope you, freeing your mind, body, heart and spirit from their debilitating heaviness. Don't remain in the prison of your emotions, just so they can drain your precious energy and derail you from your divine mission. Of course, you will encounter dark moments where your emotions and faith will be tested. But instead of reacting without thinking or without knowing the full details of the situation, seek guidance, support and advice. When you are ready to seek out a brother or sister for guidance, I encourage you to choose someone who is non-biased, a person who is not prone to emotional outbursts, one that loves all their brothers and sisters. They will be the ones that will provide a truthful and honest answer, and know you can always seek my guidance. When you seek support and guidance from me, my beautiful children, know that I will only shine you towards the truth, and it is understood that the truth is something many have trouble facing. I will not direct you to half-truths or false truths, nor will I encourage you to continue living in a reality based on ego and illusion created out of your emotions and feelings. You will be encouraged to face your own truths, and to accept responsibility for any actions, words, thoughts or feelings you expressed towards one of your brothers or sisters that was hurtful, unkind and unnecessary. Only you are responsible for the actions you demonstrate. Even if your brother or sister did something that made you react so negatively, you are still accountable for whatever you have done in response. There is never a time when you are not unable to transform your emotional life, and yet this seems to be the hardest thing for my beautiful children to do. When you are confronted with a challenging situation or someone has upset you, instead of falling into your own emotional muck, turn those negative emotions around and allow love to enter your heart and soul in such grand amounts that you radiate it outward in every step you take. Even if you are right in the middle of a great emotional upheaval, if you open yourself and your eyes even the smallest degree, you may be able to see within a scrap of clarity and compassion for yourself that your thoughts and actions that is storming through you are actually setting yourself up for the next negative round that will bring you further into your emotional darkness, and that it is up to you to bring an end to your destructive emotions and allow love to enter your total being and dissolve your anger, and turn your negative feelings into understanding, compassion and acceptance for your fellow brother and sister. There is no one you will meet that cannot teach you something new. Each person you meet or interact with, no matter if they are in person or within the walls of the World Wide Web, all have something to contribute and teach if you are open to receive and to accept who they are as they are. Instead of allowing your destructive emotions to own you, make a point to own them and to be in control of your emotions and feelings. As long as you blame one of your fellow brothers or sisters for causing you to be angry or to react in an unkindly way, you are continuing to feed your anger and it doesn't go away. Even if you push the person out of your life, your anger is still owning you. But if you recognize that the anger is yours and yours alone, and that the other dear brother or sister's actions did not directly provoke your anger, but instead it found a response that was already inside of you and you reacted, you then become responsible for the anger and outburst, and you will be able to reduce your anger from the outer cause that was in truth superficial. When you are finally seeing clearer, your anger will dissolve rapidly. When your anger is no longer present or you are coming from a more composed and controlled demeanor, then you are able to take appropriate action in response to the situation that was in front of you. As you sit and drink more tea and mull over your thoughts, be honest with yourself, my beautiful children. Each of you have allowed your emotions to control you more than once, and each time a destructive emotion overtook you, the outcome was never as good as you envisioned because there was no vision, no future imaging, there was only a sudden rush of action. Your anger towards another dear brother or sister is truly unnecessary. I continue to urge you, to encourage you and to guide you towards finding more loving and kindly solutions. There is no such thing as impossible here, my beautiful children. Anything is possible when you add love to the equation. When you ask for help from me or from any other member of the divine, you are offering your love at that moment and you are open to us, with the intention that is pure and coming from your heart. Allow our healing of love and light to filter through each cell, each particle that is you, that will bring you into a perpetual state of grace. Understand, when you pray you are releasing the energy, the negative and destructive emotions from your soul, and you are giving yourself a new direction to think and to be. As you meander through life trying to make the best possible choices and learning to control your destructive emotions, remember why you are here on this path. You are not here to cause harm for another, you are here to share love, and love is the word I encourage you to share, and when you share your love it must be meaningful and not just for making use of the word in a heartless manner. There are many out there expressing love to many, but not all that is expressed is true genuine love. They use the word casually, without meaning, without soul. The more you allow your destructive emotions to own you, my beautiful children, they will end up destroying any spiritual possibility because they will drain your energy and tempt you into behaving in ways and expressing actions that will increase your egoism and create a deeper separation instead of becoming more united. Try to remember that all your destructive emotions will not bring you closer to my heart, to your home, but in the opposite direction, unless you step forward and take responsibility and shift your sights back towards your desired path, and allowing love to dissolve the dark state that you were entering. Stop being a slave to your negative and destructive emotions. Instead of kicking your fellow brother or sister to the curb for something they have no understanding of what they did, kick your heavy emotions to the curb. It is important for the success of your spiritual journey to have emotions that are strong and healthy, that don't control you. Your emotions, your overthinking mind, and your soul will push you towards different directions, but when you bring your heart into the challenge, it is the heart that will always lead towards the best path for you, and it is your loving heart that brings wholeness into your life. And when you allow the wholeness of your heart to lead you, your transformation begins to take place. Your true self emerges, a self that no longer identifies with upsetting emotions, where you are able to let them go without being burned by them or causing harm to those closest to you. When you are able to see clearly, my beautiful children, you are able to see past the emotional drama that created a narrow and self-centered way of thinking and being that you once lived, and embrace a life that is filled with love, So much love that it is pouring over in great and magnificent amounts to all people, no matter who they are or what they represent. When you are able to incorporate your emotions into the wholeness of yourself that is filled with unconditional love for all your brothers and sisters, you will finally be able to not just rest in the freedom of consciousness but rest in my open arms as I embrace you home into my heart. As you are nearing the end of your tea, loosen your grip on your destructive emotions, let them go and allow love to enter your entire being. By working through prayer, meditation, demonstrating genuine kindness and allowing my presence to be a part of your everyday life, your emotional burdens will be lightened, as my love will continue to embrace you. I always have time for you. No matter what is happening in the world, when you need me, my beautiful children, simply ask. Every time you mutter, "Oh God," I am there waiting for you to finish what it is you are needing my support or guidance for. Wherever you go, my children, remember I am there with you, joined through heart for all eternity. With great love to each of you. The Creator, through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com